What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Adrenaline Motorsports NRCs. So today in this video, I'm going to talk about the RGT. Hopefully you guys ended up seeing my last video. I'll post it up right over here for you guys to check out. I took this out on the out on some trails, try to take it up a rock and everything. Try crawling it, but the front of this needs a little more weight to be able to the front of this needs a little more weight to be able to get some of those, go up some of them inclines. I mean, it didn't too bad. Drove this thing up a hill, and tell you what, it actually did pretty damn good going up the hill. Usually I would do this in my garage, but my garage is cold because it's cold outside. We're in December, so I'm doing this in my living room right now. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, guys, it's a hell of a competitor. In my last video, I talked about, and in my first video, talking about reviewing this thing, I talked about getting an SCX24 to compare this to. So I've been looking around to see which one I want to get, and I got one. Yeah, you guys can check that out. I ended up going with the Chevy C10 body. I think the Chevy will end up comparing a little better to this, just for the main fact that I know the SCX24 Wrangler, the wheels are a lot bigger than this thing. So I basically got the C10 black one. I really like the color of the black. I think it pops really nice. So what we're going to do now is basically unbox this thing, get this thing out of the box, and see what this is all about. It's my very first SCX24, people. I've seen plenty of videos of people out with theirs. I just figured it was time for me to get my own. So in the box, dude, guys, that just looks awesome. Absolutely awesome. Of course, you guys have seen plenty of unboxing videos. So here you go. Instruction manual. You have extra links, batteries, Allen key right here, and something else in the box. That's it. There we have the charger cable. And here we have the infamous AX4 from Axial or Horizon Hobby, whichever way you want to go with it. So yeah, let me just put this here to the side. So again, everybody knows this controller. They love it. It takes your 4 AA's that goes right on the bottom there. Sorry for the lighting. I know it sucks. So your 4 AA's goes under here. There have been people that have gotten the SCX24s, and they have gotten their SCX24s, and some of their AA batteries, they've leaked. So they've leaked in transportation. So we're going to go open these up. Let me get the batteries out. I'm about to take the truck out of the box. Allen key. Got some extra links and whatnot. Some extra parts. And you got some non-brand AA batteries. Don't know how well that's going to work. But let's grab the truck out. take this bad boy out of the box. So I kind of like how they did the backing of the box here. Kind of looks like you're out. Kind of looks like it's out on the trails here. And guys, here we go. SCX24 C10. This is hey. When people have said that this suspension is really like, let me move you guys in a little bit closer. When people have said that the suspension on this is really soft, they were not lying. I mean, the back of this thing just hops all over the place, and this, you have a little more rebound. But I mean, they're not so, they're soft and squishy. They'll get the job done. So again, like everybody knows on this thing, you have the two clips on the front, and you're on a hinge system. So the battery is right here, which very nice. Right in the back here. I'm going to pull this thing out. It's a little 2S LiPo that we have. Of course, you got your AE6. I know you guys have already seen unboxings, and people have talked about these controllers and everything, these trucks and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the battery. I'm going to start charging up the battery, so we can see what this thing is all about. Check out the speed on it and everything, and see what it's all about. Guys, I am really liking, really liking this thing. You have the roll bar. I like the whole roll bar in the back. And let me move you guys back a little bit. So let's put these side by side here. So wheel wise, so what I'm seeing here is, as you guys can tell here, these tires for the SCX24 are taller than the RGT. And if you guys put the wheels, align them, you guys can see, whoa, align the wheels. The SCX24, let me move you guys up a little bit. The SCX24 is a little bit longer. Wheelbase width wise, they are actually pretty much the same width, if you guys can see that. They are pretty much the same, guys. I mean, the SCX24 is a little bit longer, as you guys can see. The axles sit back a little bit further. The RGT sits a little bit closer. This might help better with the crawling up ability, especially with that rock that I want to go up with this. So I'm going to charge the batteries for this thing, for the SCX24. So we will be right back. Alright, so we're back. The battery is finally fully charged. So let's throw this on the SCX24 and see what this thing can do. So as the battery was charging, I was kind of looking around at the rigs, at both of them, to see the big differences in them. And there are some pretty big differences with these things. the suspension for the SCX24 is softer, a lot softer than it is on the RGT. Even though the RGT hops a lot, the SCX24, for instance, I'm putting the battery in right now, and hopefully you guys can see that. So the suspension is fully drooped on there, just down to the ground. It's just fully drooped. I would kind of like to get a suspension for it that's gonna kind of keep it leveled out, because now the whole back end is just lower than the front. I don't know if you guys can see that well, but with the battery on there, it just drops down to the ground. So let's go put these body clips on. Alright, so we got the batteries in the truck, and we got them in the controllers. You guys can see the light is on. So let's I like it. Check this out. And right now I have it in the low setting, so I'll put it in medium. Now on high. So keeping it low for right now. So again, guys, let me turn this one on. Alright, so the main differences between the two is the LED lights stay on the whole time, whether it's driving or not. The RGT, only when you accelerate, you guys can see right here, once you start accelerating is when the lights turn on. Now this one you got 3 speeds, this one you don't. So basically both on low speed, see which one is gonna move a little faster here. They're both, this one's on low. So 1, 2, 3. So it kind of looks like the RGT picks up a lot faster. So let me switch to medium on the Axial and give it a go. 1, 2, 3. So on that one, yeah, the Axial is definitely faster. Let's see what it do it again. 1, 2, 3. Now if I keep the Axial on low, realign these bad boys. 1, 2, 3. So the Axial starts pulling away. So let's do this in a different. Alright, so what I'm doing now is I have the both of them lined up right here, as you guys can see it. And let's see which ones get to the camera first. Alright. 1, 3. 1, 2, 3. So the Axial definitely has the speed for it. So you definitely got the wheel speed for it. Again, 1, 2, 3. So now, since we're not going outside, let's see what these let's see what they can do. So let's start off with the RGT first. Alright, now the Axial. that's rubbing the body like crazy. High speed. So that definitely got the wheel speed for it. Now let's try the RGT. And of course the rear bumper is stuck on the thing. Let's try that again. I'll try this way. Alright. So the RGT is definitely capable. Try the Axial. As you guys can see, the motor on the Axial is a lot louder. That's rubbing like crazy. What is it rubbing on? So it's actually rubbing on the lights. Alright, let's try this again. Oh yeah, there you go. So there we have it. RGT and Axial. They I really want to see how they compare to each other out in the real world, basically. One of the issues I was having was the lights on the Axial. What I actually had to do is, you guys will be able to see it better this way. Move out of the way. So what I actually had to do with the lights here were just straight like that. So I actually just bent the lights up, because every time that it turned, again, these the suspension on these things are not that great. I mean, they're really soft. The suspension is really soft. I don't know if anybody else has had the issue where this shock here is getting stuck. So the other three move freely. This one here gets stuck. So I have to do a little more. This one keeps getting stuck. Now again, like, see, that suspension design is a little iffy to me. There's probably guys that haven't had issues with their suspension sticking, like I have been having. Again, literally just pulled it out of the box and started doing what I was doing with it. I mean, just took it out of the box and I started doing what I was doing with it. I mean, other than that, I really want to see what they're. I really want to see how this compares against this. Again, like everybody has said, like everybody has seen, the SCX24 is definitely a capable little truck. As small as it is, it's definitely a capable truck. The other differences that I want to show you compared to the SCX24, the RGT, comes with a 1-cell battery, 1-cell LiPo, 3.7 volt, 520 mAh, 1-cell. So far from my last video, this battery has lasted me a little while. I haven't charged it since my last outing that I did with it. The SCX24 battery, it's a 2-cell LiPo, 7.4, 350 mAh. This is a 3.7 3.7 volt, 520 mAh to the Axial's 350 mAh 2S LiPo. So the biggest differences between the Axial and the RGT. Come on, take a look. So as you guys can probably see, RGT, we have front mount motor, front mount transmission, and you have your center trans. You have your ESC, and your battery is all the way in the back. They are both metal chassis. The other difference on the RGT is the servo is mounted on the chassis. You have your center diff, you have your central differential, motor up front. I'm going to say mid front for the trans. For the RGT, you have 3 spots here. As you guys can probably see that. You got 3 locations where you can move your suspension. You can go back a little more, you can leave it in the middle, or you can go move it a little forward. Whereas the Axial, you only have 1 spot to keep the suspension mounted, I believe. Yeah, so you can't move the suspension front or back. It stays in that one location. Now, with the Axial, again, everybody has seen the Axial. Everybody knows what the Axial does, what the Axial looks like. I believe in this Axial, if anybody has done it before, they have probably put a bigger battery in here. I think the 2S LiPo will be enough for this rig. Excuse me. Of course, you have your warning here. The warning sticker. Basically, get this battery out of the truck when you charge it. Don't charge it in the truck because we all know how LiPos can react, good or bad. So, again, like I said, with the suspension, the springs are just really, really soft on the Axial. I mean, I had the body flipped over and it's pretty much lowered. I mean, once I flip, I mean, that shouldn't be too bad once it's the body is completely mounted. But I mean, guys, it's see, I don't know if you guys can see that when I put it down, that front suspension here. See that? It sticks. I don't know what the deal is with that. It just sticks. I might have to open it up and see what, I might have to take that apart and see what the deal is, why this shock keeps sticking. And the other three are very, very free. I'm going to flip the axial upside down. I'm going to flip both trucks upside down, put a body clip on there so you guys can have a look at the bottom here. So again, like I said, the axial is longer than the RGT. Now on the bottom here, for the axial, you have a little hump here for where the transmission sits. It shouldn't affect too much, just from the main fact that you have your links should be able to help you when you go over that rock. Compared to the RGT, you have a nice flat surface here. You do have the 3 screws protruding that are holding the center differential. The hubs, the pumpkins on these things, the pumpkin on this is a lot bigger than the pumpkin on the axial. So you guys can see that. It's completely a lot bigger than on the axial. They definitely did go with this. C hubs are a completely different on here. I would like to know, since these axles are basically the same size as, not really the same size, but wheelbase wise, width wise, they are the same. One of the things I want to try to do is see if these wheels will fit on the axial and the axial wheels will fit on here. Again, what I want to try to do with this, I definitely want to conquer, my last video, I definitely want to conquer that rock, try to get this bad boy, the RGT, up that rock. I want to try it with the axial, but the axial, we all know that they have the brass weights, so I can add some weights to the front of it and it'll climb up that thing no problem. Guaranteed this will climb up that thing no problem. Tires, no foams in the tires, as is in the RGT. There's no foam in any of them. The springs on the RGT, they are small, but they're not as springy as the axial. I mean, the suspension on the axial, the springs on here are just so much thinner. I'm gonna lie, it's a lot bouncier than the RGT. Granted, the RGT hops and everything, but again, the axial has been proven to be pretty much the best little 124 scale crawlers that you can get for your money today. And and for the price of it, I mean, we all know how much these things are going for. The axial, at least this model here, it was $119. I actually got it from RPP Hobby. You know, great, awesome little truck. What I'm going to do is, for my next video, I'm going to charge up the battery for the RGT. Gonna try to take this thing out and see how good it compares against the Axial here. That's my main thing that I want to do with the it's my main thing that I want to do with this comparison. This is gonna be fun, especially now since you know, it's cold outside and everything, and you guys we only have indoors to play right now because of it being so cold out. Hey, you have these little 124 scales that you'll be able to do whatever you want to do inside your house. Definitely a good little battle that's going to wind up happening against the RGT and the Axial. Let's see. I want to see how both of them compare. I want to see how the RGT compares to the Axial. This is definitely not my first Axial. I do have an Axial SCX24 that I believe I did a video on. If I remember, I'm going to put it up here for you guys to see. So yeah, I mean, this thing, I believe you have a way to put lights in. So there are light buckets in the body. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed or not, but right in the body right there, ooh, hey, how you doing? The light bucket's right there. You can actually fit the LEDs onto there. I'm guessing for the lights being on the bumper, it's probably a lot easier when you need to get under the body. Just flip it open, compared to having them connected to the body, where you need to get into the body. You basically have to pull this bad boy off or make a connection somewhere to be able to get the lights off. Disconnect the lights. So guys, girls, there we have it. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much where we're at right now. It's pretty much where we're at. So guys, girls, please hit that like button, subscribe, and see you guys in another video. You guys have a good night.